Guys, we got a special treat for you today. Stanton and Yvonne, they're going to come and they're going to share some of their story and I think focusing on their relationship. And I'm really excited to hear what they have to share today.
Thank you. 2 minutes. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. If today was World Role Model Day, I would have chosen one person in this room, and that's Jean Michel, the guy who's one behind the camera. You know why I'm going to choose him? It's because he gave us this opportunity, and it's our first time actually to say and share our story. And I've been dreaming about it since last night. She has, and it's brave and it's amazing. I'll first begin with we started this year, and all of the teachers, if you can remember, came up and gave one quote or one Bible verse about how the year is going to be. And I gave one Bible verse, and that's the Bible verse I just want to remind you. And that's going to use that Bible verse for our testimony today. And the Bible verse, remember, it was from 2 Corinthians 4, verse 6 to 18. And it's in the Message version that was up on the screen. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 16 to 18. And it says, "So we are not giving up. How could we? Even though on the outside it often looks like things are falling apart on us. On the inside, but God is making new life. Not a day goes by without His unfolding grace. These hard times are like small potatoes compared to the coming good times, the lavish celebration prepared for us. There is far more here than meets the eye. The things we see now are here today, gone tomorrow, but the things we can't see now will last forever." On this note, this is how we're going to begin our testimony.
So, my name is Yvonne. I'm a young pastor's kid. I was born in a small country in West Africa called Togo, so I normally speak French. Growing up was interesting because being a pastor's kid, in a congregation, you are kind of a little bit different. So I wasn't really friends with members' children, and in school most of the time I was the youngest in my classroom. So I wasn't necessarily bullied, but it's I wasn't developed enough to have the experience that the older girls were having. I wasn't having boyfriends, I wasn't going out because I was just younger. And then when I started going to high school, then I started having boyfriends, but it's some of the requests that were being made, I just couldn't adhere to them because of my personality and my faith. So I grew up having identity and self-esteem issues. I was very insecure. I didn't let it show, but it was there. And I really wondered if I could find someone that would be able to accept me just for who I am exactly. And it was a roller coaster, but having good friends, having good adult mentors also helped. That it took me a while, but I ended up figuring out who I am by myself, and I ended up also loving that. So my takeaway from this first experience I had was that sometimes identity takes time to form. You don't have to figure out who you are right now. It does take time. But the important thing is kind of to accept who you are. If you are a good person, accept it. It might be better for other people. I'm an introvert. When I get on a stage to teach, that's where the lights come on for me. But once I'm done, I go back in my shell. That's how I am. And not everybody likes that, but I can help it. if you find yourself that you don't like who you are because maybe you're not a good person, then maybe you can change that. But I've realized that accepting and loving who you are, not just, well, as a child of God, but also who He has, the traits He has made in you, it helps to make life easier.
Amen. So, on the contrary, for me, I'm a kind of person who I never had a girlfriend until in university, and because I don't talk to people, I like people, but I don't go like hi. I wait for people to say hi to me before I open up. So, but I'm very, very alive inside of me. I'm really alive. But you won't know I'm alive until you say hi to me. So, how I got to know this lady was quite amazing. I had a girlfriend in university, but she was from another country. She left, she went back to Brazil. So I came back home and I started to teach. I was like a teacher assistant in university back home. And that's where I met her in the classroom. I was a teacher. Yeah, begin from there.
Okay, so before he would come, because I was in school with his younger sister, so I had heard about him. I knew he was going to come, back to the country and all. But then I told myself that it's like I knew two things. I felt like if you knew me, you would like me. But I felt like if you knew me, you wouldn't want to date me. Because
why I wouldn't want to date you?
Because before knowing him, I kind of dated his friend, one of his closest friends.
My best friend.
Yeah. So I felt like once he knew that, like, there's no way. So when he came, I had friends, I had people I knew who kind of like went and said hi to him. I never did that because there was just no way. But then he taught me for like one semester, and then we started working together. And then we realized our passion for mission. And yeah, that's how it went. And
yeah, so it all started from a WhatsApp group. Like the 10 days of prayer in January, that's where we started. And she had a group. She was like, because I don't talk to people, and she was like, do you want to join this WhatsApp group? We are praying during the 10 days of prayer. I'm like, no problem. And from there, because she speaks French, I speak English, we put our friends in the group. So her friends are francophones, my friends are anglophones. So I do the English and she translates into the French. So we have a connection. We always connect people. We send messages in the group. So that's how we decided to grow and grow and grow. And at the end of the 10 days of prayer, it was just so amazing. We had a youth retreat. There also, and her father came, and I'm like, well, when you see something and you actually know it's for you, even if you run away from it, you still make it use. One of my friends who died we had the saying that says, the seed that leaves your hand today, it never leaves your life. It enters your future where it multiplies based on how you plant the seed today. So we came and I met her father, and then she was like, if you really want to marry me, come to my country. At that time she was finished school. And then I'm like, Mom, I found a lady. So I went to her country and I engaged her in her country. And then she went to school where she did her MD in Philippines. And then from Philippines, and now we're here.
I just want to touch on a little backstory before that. So when my parents were in Togo, like being pastoring, but then my dad pissed off, someone, and then they transferred us to another country in Guinea. And we spent, I think, like 3 years in Guinea. I spent 2 years there. Those were the hardest time of my life, and those were the hardest time of our life as a family. It was just really hard. Living in the country, the change, the church, like no one really liking you, it was really, really tough. But then I've realized that out of that deepest, darkest time came like the biggest blessings in my life, because it was from there that I went to his country, Liberia, to study. I got a scholarship to study there, and from there I met him. Then from there I also met someone who met us in Guinea, and who gave me a scholarship to, get my master's in the Philippines. Then I went to the Philippines and got a scholarship to come here into my doctorate. So sometimes we have like really, really hard moments in our life. It doesn't mean that it stops there. You will come out of those moments, and probably it will be the best thing you have experienced, because it will lead you to better experiences.
Yeah, so I'll go back to the text again as we conclude quickly. It says again, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 16 to 18. So we are not giving up. How could we? Even though on the outside it often looks like things are falling apart on us, on the inside, when God is making new life, not a day goes by without His unfolding grace. These hard times are small potatoes compared to the coming good times. The lavish celebration prepared for us. There is far more than what meets the eye. The things we see now are here today, gone tomorrow. But the things we can't see now will last forever. From this text, like coming to Andrews and what's going on in our lives here, for us, we just see it as small potatoes to what awaits us. For me, where I come from, friends, I like people. And I had a problem with finding friends and identity, my own self. I always want to be there for other people. And all of the friends at my circle that I had back home were all folks that drained out of me. I never had a friend that I could tap on to build my energy. Till now, all those people back home, they're calling back, like, still want something out of me. I've never had that experience. Meeting her was one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life. And being here as well and going through such experiences, it's amazing. Here we are at Andrews. She's doing her PhD in church history and theology. For me, I was a pastor back home. I pastored like congregations over 300. But that's Africa, that's home. And things there is quite different from here. So coming here was like different for me. And I was like amazed at what I'm amazed at what God is doing in our lives and is doing for us now. We don't have to worry about anything. So we just see these things in our life as small potatoes. We're here, just to say a few, we're not paying any rent. Someone we don't know from anywhere, from nowhere, it was like, we'll pay your rent up to 7 months. We don't know the person. They said they are anonymous donor. Here we're here, we got a car like free, like we're not like doing anything. And I'm not working, she's going to school. And God is doing things. So as we look at these things in our lives, these things are small potatoes compared to what awaits us.